right, let's look at our first example for 1.3. Adrianna wrote a textbook for high school students, and she received 10% royalty, royalty being a vocabulary word, based on the total sales of the book. The book sells for $47.95 per book, and it was 17,000 copies that were sold last year. How much did Adrianna earn in royalty payments last year? Well, the first thing we need to do is find out how much the book sold total with all of the copies. So it was $47.95 per book, and 17,000 books were sold. So when we multiply that out, we found that it's a total of $815,150. Now we're going to take that 10% she actually earns from those total sales. It's 10% times the $815,150. And really all we have to do is move that decimal point over once to find out that she earned $81,515 in royalties for this book in this past year. Not bad. For this you do, please press pause when you're done, press play, and we'll finish out. All right, Xander writes math textbooks that sell for X dollars. He received a bonus of $2,500 for signing a contract, and he receives 8% in royalties for each book sale. Express the total amount of income that Xander earns from selling Y books. Well, we remember that the first thing we need to do, the book sells for X dollars and he sold Y number of books. So that was our first step. The second step is we're going to take that value and multiply it by the percent of royalty as a decimal that Xander earns. So now we've got 0.08 XY, and then he got that nice little signing bonus. So plus $2,500, and there we have it expressed algebraically. Example 2. Allison sells cosmetics part-time door-to-door. She's paid a monthly commission. She receives 11% of her first $900 in sales. And then she gets 17% for the balance of her sales, so whatever is over that $900. Last month she sold $1,250 worth of cosmetics. How much commission did she earn? Well, the first thing we know is that she earned 11%, or 0.11 is a decimal, times the $900. Plus, she received 17% of anything over the $900, which is $1,250 minus the $900. So if I rewrite this, it's 0.11 times 900. That's the first portion. And then it was 17% of the second portion, and it came out to $350. Well, 11% of 900 turns out to be $99. And 17% of 350 is $59.50. So total, Allison earned $158.50. For this you do, please press pause when you're done, press play, and we'll finish it out. Okay. Arthur sells electronics on commission. He receives 7% of his first X dollars in sales and 10% for the balance of his sales. Last week he sold Y dollars worth of electronics. Express the commission he earned last month algebraically. So first thing we need to look at is he sold X dollar, his first X dollars, he gets 7%. So 7% as a decimal is 0.07 times that X. There's the first part. The next part, we've got plus 10% times anything over that X dollars. When I distribute it out, I get 0.07x plus 0.10y minus 0.10x. When I combine my like terms, I end up with 0.10y minus 0.03x, and there we have it algebraically. Kate works at a dress factory that makes dresses for designer boutiques, and she's paid a piecework rate of $85 per unit. Piecework being another vocabulary word. Yesterday she made 3 dresses. How much did she earn? Well, she made 3 dresses. She gets $85 per dress, so she earned a total of $255. For this you do, please press pause. When you're done, please press play and we'll finish it out. Okay, Martin writes magazine articles. He's paid a rate of P dollars for each article he writes, and last year he wrote S articles. Express it algebraically. Well, P articles at a rate of S is simply PS. Example 4. Tony picks strawberries and gets paid at a piecework rate of 45 cents per container picked. He receives 65 cents per container for every over 200 that he picks. Well, last week Tony picked 270 containers, so how much did he earn? Well, we know that he earned 45 cents for the first 200, and then he earned 65 cents for anything over that 200. Well, 200, he actually produced 270, so we've got 0.45 times 200, which gives us $90 for that, plus 65 or 0.65, and then here we have 270 minus 200 is 70. And when we multiply 0.65 times 70, we get $45.50. When we add those together, we find that Tony earned a total of $135.50. Please complete the you do. Press pause. When you're done, press play and we'll finish it out. All right, Brianna picks tomatoes on a local farm. She earns 11 cents per crate. Last week, her total piecework earnings was X dollars. So her total that she earned was the X dollars. Express the number of crates that she picked algebraically. Well, we know that she gets 11 cents for every crate that she picks, and she earned a total of X dollars. But here the key is that it's asking you to express it in crates. And C is crates, so C is what I need to get alone. So I'm going to divide both sides by 0.11. And the number of crates is what she earned divided by 0.11. Example 5, Glassman Chevrolet pays commission to its car salespeople. They are paid a percent of the profit from the dealership that the dealership makes on the car, not the selling price of the car. So it's how much profit they make. So if the profit is under $750, the commission rate is 20%. If the profit is at least $750 and less than or equal to $1,000, the commission rate is 22%. If the profit is above $1,000, the rate is 25%. If X represents the profit, express the commission C of X as a piecewise function. So we did a little bit of these in past units. We've got our C of X, and here we're going to have 3 different lines. So the first one, if we remember, was the 20%. So it's 0.20 times the profit, and it's when the profit, or X, is less than $750. It's 22% times the profit when it is $750 at least, and up to but not including $1,000. And it's 25% of the profit when that profit is greater than 1,000. So notice here that we only use the equal sign in one particular scenario or another. It can't be that both up here in the first one and on the second one that it's equal to. So it says the profit is under 750. We do not use the equal sign for the first one. The second one says it's at least, so it has to be that 750 or up to or equal to 1,000. And so here, because it said equal to 1,000, the equal sign, it's less than, greater than, or equal to 1,000. And then at the bottom one, it's X is greater than 1,000 because it says when the profit is above 1,000. For this you do, please complete it. Press pause when you are done. Press play and we'll finish it out. All right, it says find the difference between commission paid to Glassman Chevrolet salesperson from example 5 if the car sells for a profit of $750 versus $749. Well, remember that the $750 was that break-off. So if it's $749, they only get paid at 20%. And in that case, they would earn a commission rate of $149.80. If it hit that $750, so just $1 more, so you can see the motivation that these salesmen might have, he's actually going to get 2% more in his commission, which is a total of $165. So the question says here, find the difference. Difference is subtraction. So 165 minus the 149.80, and we find that the difference is a total of $15.20. So that car salesman earns $15.20 more just for that profit being $1 more.